will see you now. So Libra, what's going to happen now is that we are going to have a card reading for the week ahead. We, as in, I will be showing you pictures and saying words and making them into stories, and you will be deciding whether you want to take these stories or whether you want to leave the stories. You can pick one, you can pick several, you can pick all of them, you can just pick none of them. It's totally fine. Because, you know, sometimes you see something and feel, nah, it's not for me, I don't want it, and you don't make it your story. And then you see something and you feel like, yeah, sounds familiar, but I don't want it to be my story, so you don't make it your story. Sometimes you see something else, something completely different, not something you ever thought might happen, but you kind of like it, and well, you think, I want it to be my story, so take it, make it yours. It's your story. I'm just offering whatever I have to offer. About how it works here, seeing as the comments are locked and you still want to say thank you for the reading, you can hit the like button, you can hit the subscribe button, you can hit the share button, or just recommend it to somebody. You can just go and say thank you to some people around you, make somebody happy, put a smile on somebody's face, hug somebody if they let you. Ask first, please. So that's how it works. If you don't like the video and you want to express it, you can hit the dislike button. It's normal. Your feelings are valid. You are allowed to dislike something and express this emotion. Don't bottle it up. Let it up. Anything else that I should mention? I don't think so. We're nearly done dealing the cards. It's going to be for the week ahead. You'll see the date in the title because I really can't be bothered to remember the dates. Without further ado, Libra, let us see what stories await us. Four of Cups, the Temperance, King of Pentacles, the Bee, the Swords, and the Moon in reverse. So I see somebody being very hardworking, maybe a little bit too hardworking, to be honest. And temperance is called for. So somebody, it's like really nothing unexpected. Everything goes to plan. You're hardworking. You're generous and giving. But maybe too stuck on something, too fixated on something. And it might just be that you're overdoing this fixation a tiny little bit, because just in case, you know, if you overdo this tiny little bee, it can stop being the nice little bee. It can be a tired, burnt out bee, and it can start stinging. And if it's you, yeah. So just pay attention to your workload, how you manage it. Just make sure to not overdo it, not to fixate on something, not to stress too much about something, not to obsess too much with something. Okay, so we have the Chariot, we have the Six of stabby things, I forget the word, swords in the reverse. We have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Spider in the reverse, we have the Park and the Tower. This is very funny. It's so contradicting to each other. Right. It looks like you're moving ahead with something. maybe not contradicting, because you're moving somewhere to something and not from something. So you're moving to a new destination because you just go there, and not because you're leaving something behind. You know, you're meeting people, but you feel isolated in this crowd. And I'm hiding spiders because I don't like them, and I know people are triggered. But it's a spider. And it's a good card, actually. Yeah, it feels like there's a crowd. You know, the parties, sometimes you just suddenly realize you're not just being part of the crowd, but you're just a single person surrounded by the crowd, something like that. You just, what the hell am I doing here? This feeling, being singled out, like solitude in the crowd, if you can say so. You want to give more that you have. Okay, now I get it. Now I get it. I solved this puzzle. Now it all makes sense to me. In this particular story, it's about somebody who is, surrounded by people but still lonely. They want to share with others even though they don't have much. They think they have more than they actually have to give. And they decide to change something. They're moving away. Maybe they are moving to another city. Maybe they are just, changing the circumstances around them. The problem is they're not leaving this mentality behind. So it looks to me that wherever this person is going to go, they will still be lonely in the crowd, and they will still be, longing to give people more than they have. That's sad. Hope it's not you. Okay, next one. Two of Swords in the upright, Two of Pentacles in the reverse, Knight of Wands in the reverse, the Hawk in the upright, the Letter, and the Magnifying Glass in the reverse. Somebody, either it is a person pointing it out to you, or a circumstance where you discover that you missed some details in something, but then you get these details. So it's basically communication about you not getting all the details, and then you're getting all the details, like seeing the full picture from the bird's view, like, every minor detail is there. And you are not sure what to do with it. You need to do something about it, but you're not even deciding to do something about it. And what exactly to do. Like you have to make a decision when you know between what and what to decide. But in this case, you don't even know between what these things between which you need to decide will be. So you see something clearly in all the detail, but like, like, what am I supposed to do with it? Basically. Right. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. The World is in the reverse. The Eight of Swords in the upright. The Gazelle. The Woman, and the Time. Somebody needs to bitch up a bit. It's time to maybe stop being so jumpy and vulnerable and caught in your fears, and just own yourself, your true self. Because I think you're stuck in a cycle where a situation in your life repeats yourself, like be it in relationships, job situations, something like that. That is, where you're being the victim, and it's more like you victimizing yourself, and others just pick up on it, on this vibes that you're giving, and they're using it for their advantage. And unless you show yourself some love that you're not doing now, you won't be able to break this cycle, and you'll be stuck, and just wherever you go, whatever you do, like this situation, this person is moving somewhere, but they're still taking it with them. It will be still the same you, no matter where you go, and you need to grow up in one sense or another to recognize your true self, maybe stop seeing yourself as a victim and see yourself as a person who can, as a grown-up person who can do stuff whichever way they prefer. Yeah. I have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. I have the Sun, the Devil, the Snake, the Tree, and the Man. Yeah, you have the potential, and you're stuck in your head. You have the potential to develop, to become a grown-up person, to have initiative. You have everything that is required for it. You have either some sort of an addiction, bad habit, or a toxic relationship, something that isn't healthy but you believe makes you happy, and you don't want to change anything about it. You even don't want to hear about it. So basically, for everybody who thinks it's their story, they will switch off this video at this moment, but you don't want to hear about something being not good for you. So this all just stays there, and the devil is holding you hostage here. Next, I have the Emperor in the reverse, the Eight of Wands in the reverse, the Page of Wands in the reverse. No, Eight of Swords in the reverse. Why am I always calling this stubby thing is Wands? I have no idea. Alright, so Emperor in the reverse, Eight of Wands in the reverse, Eight of Swords, for Christ's sakes, in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse, the Vulture in the reverse, the Messenger or the Rider, and the Fish. Yeah, I think somebody is trying to break through to you, to get to you, to explain that you have to, to get out of this situation, and you don't want to change it. You don't want to cleanse this bad energy you're stuck with. You're not moving. You start to realize, though, that it's not good for you, but you don't want to do anything about it. That's the sad bit. I mean, it might not be you, it might be somebody in your life that applies to, which is just as sad. But here it is, the person understands that it's not good for them, but they don't want to change the situation. They don't want to, do anything. Have the Queen of Swords, we have the Ten of Wands in the reverse, we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse, we have the Lamb, the Anchor in the reverse, and the Breach in the reverse. I see somebody leaving something behind as gently as possible. Okay, so I also try to be gentle here. If it's triggering for somebody, I apologize. It seems to me that somebody is dealing with a person who struggles with an addiction. Might be an addiction to a substance, might be an addiction to a person, a very toxic relationship they can't get out of. It's unhealthy. Somebody is trying to get through to them to make them understand it. They understand it. They don't want to change it. And the person dealing with them who tried all this time, they just have to move away from this situation. So they do it as gently as possible, with all the love possible, trying to make it as, with as much love as possible, but they move away from this situation. And it's a huge relief for them. They're not happy. They will be sad that they had to move away, but they know it had to be done for their own good. So if it's, hopefully, I hope it's less dramatic than I saw it right now. If it's less dramatic, it's just somebody you like who's been toxic in a way to themselves, to others, and you see that you have to move away from the situation, to burn the bridge, and just to move forward with your life without this energy in yours spoiling it, but you're still being very caring and loving about it, how you do it. So you really proceed with a lot of tactfulness, love, respect when you're doing it. Yeah, Libra, an interesting week ahead. Take it or leave it. Make it yours or not. And Madame will see you again